You've got to be kidding me. Good thing I can use clips to go back to the VOD and change where it's clipped. I'm smart. And look at this putz.
Actually, when David showed it to me, I was like, oh my god, can I have the tin? And he's like, no, it's a giveaway. But
Who's David?
he called the shot. What?
Who's David?
Oh my god, who's David? I gotta go.
But I couldn't find any that were purple that would fit my face because I have a giant head. It's true. I have like a ridiculous. It sucks. Doesn't help that I'm kind of fat.
Go ahead, have a drink. Lie.
A little bottle of water.
A little bottle of water. A little bottle of water.
I instantly regret that. Dig out the little bone around the root nerves. And because there's supposed to be a hole where the nerves go through in the... oh, God. I can't believe I just did that on camera. Oh, no big deal. Just a bomb all-star rookie. Hey, Mr. Young, this already is a really good...
Oh, we're just done with phrasing, right? That's not a thing anymore?
Ding? I got a ding? Oh, I do have a ding. Oh, that's a good ding. No. Anybody want to talk about the colon? We could have a whole conversation about the colon. Or his half-pint friend. Just like Abraham Lincoln chose in his one and only duel. And when he showed up carrying a almost 4-foot-long razor-sharp cattle saber, the person who challenged him backed down quite quickly. True story, look it up. It's real. He was challenged to one duel in his lifetime, and the person backed down at the sight of him bare-chested with a... What is this? Oh my God. This is a sketch card. Are you kidding me? One of one! Mickey and the Beanstalk! This is going to be very expensive on eBay. Hello, Mel! For a splash page and Action Comics 1050 signed and certified for Alex Ross. That was 109 for the pair. Crazy. These prices are crazy, man. Crazy. You got deals. It's crazy. Yeah, it's all good, man. I have a feeling 60% of the time it works every time. Sex Panther. It's made with real bits of panther. Stings the nostrils. It's a formidable scent. and his cousin Rory Rotator Cuff. His cousin Timmy Tommy John. we need to keep that one. Timmy Tommy John. that's I love you, Carlos. Shang-Wai Lee. Yeah, tell us how you really feel, DC. Dan Ingy. You son of a bourbon, you bastard. Bourbon, you bastard. This is a rare Sean Strickland. You son of a biscuit. I hope you stub your toe tonight before you go to bed. I hope he gets a Wander Franco. Well, he's got pack number 3. Let's see if 3's got that magic in it. You got the gooch! My wife is Abby Normal. All right. She's like, All right, here we go. A little Looney Tunes. We are danger close to a case hit, if this case has one. Hola, mi amigos. What's up, Money Mitch? Look at you first. Well, if you ain't first, you're last. Hey, Don, you're last. No, like literally, nobody else has said anything since you, so you're the last person.
Yes, me lord.
Hello, me lord. Taking up the rear, me lord. Hey, buddy. How are you? Oh, boy. So, what did you do today, DC? Well, I'm glad you asked. I scheduled officially. I officially was on Whatnot and scheduled the show for Wednesday. I made myself a moderator, so I will be on my phone moderating for the first show at minimum. What's up, Saporos? Carlos? I started picking stuff that I want to put on there. First printing Dungeon Crawler Carl. I think one of those would be fun for the end. The Scott Snyder Wonder Woman. How about a sketch cover? Spider-Man Superman #1 signed by Tom King. Batman Rebirth #1 signed by Tom King. Another one signed by Tom King. Scott Snyder Batman Deadpool #1. Those are all going in. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's 7. And Deadpool's yours. You have to go get it. Yeah, 6, 7. I'm so happy that died. That was so stupid for too long. So those were I have so many piles. I'm narrowing down these piles. So that was the first pile. Those are the ones that I can easily replace. There's going to be some John Romita Jr. stuff going too. The opportunity to meet Scott Hanna and John Romita Jr. is coming up again at Comic-Con Revolution, so I can with confidence move a bunch of the junior stuff that we've been hanging on to, which is cool because, I mean, it's a great draw. And there were a few others that I'm just confirming they're going to be
I'm
on
gonna
another
make him
show.
an offer he can't refuse.
Yeah. That are going to be, I just want to make sure they're at another show that we can get a hold of them before we liquidate all of their stuff. So yeah, it is, it's getting there. It's getting there. Tuesday, when I do the shipping, I'll have 1, 2, 3, 4 packages. Plus whatever we do today, which I don't expect anybody to buy anything today. It would be nice to sell out Carlos today. So Tuesday I have Sham is going to be here decorating, getting all of the paintings and stuff up. He's going to be here probably over the course of, I don't know, a week or two, putting together what used to be the museum, Doug's collection now. So I will have to be intermittently helping him and preloading the items onto Whatnot. Whatnot allows you to preload things. I don't know if we're going to put pictures up because it would take a week to take photos of everything. So we haven't figured that out yet. Bourbon is good. Who doesn't like some bourbon? Except for people who don't drink. So yeah, it is slow going. I think the first one might only be about 25 books. Only because the first one is going to be a dry run before we start adding more nuance to it. It's going to be probably really short. It's true, bourbon is great. So yeah, I got half a bottle of bourbon, a little less than half a bottle of bourbon left. Yeah, it's gonna be 6 o'clock. Absolutely, I'm not gonna change that. I'm not gonna change that. What up, Hex? So it is. I'm dreading it. But it's finally happening on Wednesday. Burp. Excuse me. My notes. My notes were pretty much, you got an hour. Just have fun. That was my note to myself. You have an hour, have fun. So in the background, as I was going through, I wanted to make sure that everything I chose, I found a cache of books that we had signed a couple years ago at WonderCon, and you have to write out the certs. Then we can add those. So much to do, so little time. I mean, there's a lot of time, but it's time consuming. The things I do, it was like, oh, you only did 4 things today. It's like, yeah, but each of those things take like 35, 40 minutes. That adds up. Stuff is time consuming. Watching a little bit of the Steelers game. I have a vested interest in how the Steelers do. I am pushing for Drew Allar to make headway in the league. I did take him in 2 leagues. I think he is obviously not going to start because of Aaron Rodgers. But he has that prototypical quarterback look. And the big knock on him was, gigantic arm but terrible footwork. There was a guy that Buffalo drafted that had terrible mechanics, including his footwork, but a big arm. Now, I'm not going to say Allar is Josh Allen in any way, shape, or form, but, you can't teach arm strength. You can't teach a cannon. You can teach reading a defense. You can teach footwork. You can teach mechanics. But you can't teach a cannon arm. Late round flyer. So unfortunately, Jim Kelly, the K-Gun, Actually, which is funny. The K in K gun wasn't for Kelly. The K in K gun was Keith McKellar. That was the K in K gun. The versatile tight end. Jim Machine Gun Kelly was just a guy that threw those bombs to Reed and Lofton and occasionally Tasker and BB all those years ago. But yeah, no, I like Alar. I interested in seeing how he does. His first preseason game was phenomenal. So unfortunately, I only watched the first half, and I'm assuming he's starting the second half. So I have no idea how he's doing right now. But hopefully he's carrying on good preseason work. Yeah. Now there's a Mendoza controversy. I didn't read into this one too much, but we're like, well, maybe Mendoza isn't the day one starter, and maybe they're going to bring him in halfway through the season because he's not reading the pro defenses very well. And, will he be ready for the season? Maybe he sold cocaine with that fraternity at Penn State. He's going to be good, I think. Who's going to be good? Alar?
First step corn, the best thing first step the good, and the puppy corn. A first step puppy corn, the shrimp peas.
Please don't be Sigep. Please don't be Sigep. Please don't be Sigep. Sigma Chi and Delta Epsilon. Good. It was not Sigma Phi Epsilon. So I didn't I went to college, but I didn't go committed to 4-year college. I just went for classes. For pre-med, believe it or not, for sports medicine. And I was hanging out at the University of Buffalo, and the fraternity I ended up hanging out with was the Brotherhood Sigma Phi Epsilon. Boy, did I had some really awesome times with Sigma Phi Epsilon. Those guys were a lot of fun. Maybe one or two Donnie Brooks along the way. Full street-filled brawls. Yeah, we had a good time. My very good friend was the vice president. I think that's what their hierarchy is called. I think it's president, vice president. He was a vice president. And one of the brothers had gotten kicked out of school. And he's like, hey, we have an extra room. Do you want to stay with us for a couple weeks? And I was like, yeah, I do. I do want to live in a fraternity house for a couple of weeks. So that was an interesting point in my life. That was right not long after I got out of the military. I got invited to live in a frat house for a few weeks. Yeah. I remember most of it, but not all of it. Tomorrow, Bills Browns. I will actually be able to watch that full game and not have to just watch part of it. What else do I have this weekend? Not much. Well, Kate, not much going on this weekend. I'm hoping for a weekend where I don't have to do much other than cook and watch football. So we'll see. We'll see what the future holds. So there are only 3 things we have right now. Technically 4 things. Yeah, Bourbon's like, I'm not going to talk about the sorority that we murdered and buried into the woods and then burned their house down. We could do another national like we did yesterday. We can finish off the Ingrained, which is 3 to 4 spots there. or we can finish out console classics. Now, I don't know about you, but there's a lot of giveaways behind me, and boy, wouldn't it look good to have absolutely nothing behind me, and then I could be like, hey, Doug, we need to do more stuff because the behind me is empty. But right now, Carlos's stuff is taking up everything. So we should probably just go ahead and buy out Carlos's stuff so we can start giving away all of his stuff. Just saying. It's something we should think about. Something we should consider. Something we should do. It's just a thought. It's just a thought. I know a couple of things have bounties on them. Boy, Carlos, that is a bright yellow that you have right there. Did anyone ever test the naan versus baguette thing? Bourbon, I believe they have set a date for that. This tea it is great. Shohei Ohtani is the official spokesperson of it now. Testing it Sunday. There you go. There it is. Yeah, I think you should live stream it. I think one of you should have an account and live stream it.
The suspense is terrible. He's gonna go this time. I hope it'll last.
Right? Hello, Mel. Hello, Jimmy. I'll send DC the shirt I got as a spokesperson for Baguette. I mean, I'm telling you, Team Non. The non blowing up mid-flight is just poor quality non. If you get some of that good non, it is going to frisbee 3 to 4 miles farther than the baguette. Stick a piece of rebar in the baguette. If you want a shot at winning, you better strap a rocket to that baguette and light the fuse. Oui, baguette. I think it's not gonna be wee baguette. It's gonna be super non. It's gonna be non with a cape. Super non. That's what it's gonna be. I need to design a super non shirt now. Nobody will understand it. Like from Costco, the Costco non. And are we talking like the big non? Are we talking about the smaller non? Like, yeah, the big non, that is going to fall apart, but the smaller non, that's a hockey puck. Baguette? No. Non? Oui. Baguette? No. Non? Oui. Yep. Yep. What is something I wanted to joke about today from yesterday? I forgot what it was. Oh well. That's what I get for writing crappy notes. Excuse me. Oh, Mrs. the Breaker is that color yellow too. Interesting. Carlos is red on my screen, and Mrs. the Breaker's bright blue, like our bathroom. So it is. It's oddly enough, Sapporos is the exact same color on both. Bourbon is the exact same color on both. That's racist. All the Hispanic people have different colors. Have yellow. That's weird. That ain't right. I'm gonna write a letter to OBS. Hey, why did you make the Hispanic people? Yeah, Super Hex, you're green. You're green on both. Never mind. Super Hex blew up that. He's green on both of mine. So I have two chats. You see this chat here. So imagine you could see through there. I have another chat that's right here on OBS. Right here. It's very long. That's the one that I see. When I'm looking directly at the camera, I see the other chat. So then I'll look at the screen and be like, whoa, that's a bright yellow that isn't on my screen and the other screen. Listen, it's stupid guy problems. I show gray for Mrs. the Breaker, myself, Carlos, but you're purple in both. You are purple in both. Oh, see, Sapporos has changed his officially to yellow. He's Yellow Gang now. He's Yellow Gang. I have mine permanently set to purple. Money Mitch is always blue. Money Mitch, I don't think has ever not been blue in both of mine. I did not take my Claritin today, and by the time I realized I didn't take my Claritin, it's too late to take my Claritin. If I took Claritin now, I would easily be up till midnight. You can. See, now he's teal. Always a little sad. That's my secret. I'm always sad. The Incredible Bulk. That's my secret. I'm always sad. Oh, man. I did. I did see the pic. I did not respond. Such a good player. Such a great player. He is so good. I'm surprised they don't have a statue to him outside of Vancouver or Minnesota. The Incredible Bulk, not bulge, bulk. The Brazilian Hammer over here. Oh, really? I thought that was Nico. Oh my God, that's Marco. Oh, that's so much worse. That's so much worse. Does Marco even play hockey anymore? Didn't he move on to pickleball? Pretty sure he moved on to pickleball. Coach of the Kings? Well, there you go. There's your BK will want it. Blind Cat will be like, Coach's signature? I want it. Kings? Oh, Bruins. Yeah, nobody wants that. There are no actual Bruins fans. Dave Bautista is officially the new Kratos. Nice. Yeah, I feel bad for that actor, man. That was his big leading guy break. And then he tears his bicep off of his arm. That sucks. I already started filming and everything. Like, that sucks. So, for those who don't know, the guy that was originally cast for Kratos was Opie from Sons of Anarchy. And he's always been a side player. Ryan Hurst. Yeah. Always been a side actor. This was his first big break as like a leading actor in a series or film. And got massive for the role, started shooting it, and was keeping up his heavy lifting routine to maintain his size. No, definitely not Opie from the Andy Griffin Show. That's the director of the movies, and the father of the girl from Jurassic Park. He was on Remember the Titans, yep. But he ended up, I believe he tore his bicep, like separated his bicep from the bone, like ripped it completely off powerlifting. And that was it. That was a wrap. They're like, well, we need to shoot this now, so we're going to have to replace you. There was a couple of names that were being tossed around, and Batista was the biggest name, I believe, that was put in. But now Batista's going to have to bulk up a little bit. They're going to have to wait for him to get bigger again, because he slims down in the off season when he's not filming. So, unless he was filming a movie and was already in shape that we just don't know about yet, which very likely. But yeah, it sucks. I mean, obviously Hearst will still get a payday out of it, but it's not great. Yes, not filming. Well, he's in a lot of movies, a lot of comedies. He does. He drops a couple dozen kilos. So as I was, some Hulk Hogan vitamins, brother. Oh God, yeah, all of them do steroids. All of them. It's Hollywood. There's no testing. Hey, come on. You wanna be big and make a lot of money? You gotta shave a few years off your life. So as I was parsing through all of the comic books to kind of finalize the list, in the background, speaking of wrestling, in the background, I was like, oh man, I want something that I don't have to. What's up, Spectre? How you doing, my man? Let's get a my man going.
My man. My man. My man. My man. My man. My man. Good for you. My man.
What's up, dude? How you doing? How you living? You living that good life?
They drew first blood.
So I was like, I need something that, because usually I listen to my book, but I'm at a point in my book that my man. I'm at a point in my book where I need to really pay attention because they're doing a lot of it's the cerebral part of the book. I'm on, I think, book 8 or 9 of He Who Fights with Monsters. So I was like, I don't want to listen in the background because I actually want to actively listen. And I need something that I'm not going to actively pay attention to while I'm working. I just need background noise because this studio is quiet. So I was just like, I'm just gonna, what is something that I don't want to pay attention to, but I want to be able to listen to casually? No, my mustache is very relaxed today. It doesn't turn pages, but I can lift a straw completely out of a drink with sheer mustache alone. This is me not doing anything. This is just not curled, no wax. This is just Grizzly Adams mustache going. Thank you. Yeah, you should see it when I curl it. I have it goes something like this around here. Very expensive mustache. Yeah, this is yep, completely all natural. No waxing. No waxing right now. Next week I have to do my mustache. I can't. So I cannot wax and curl my mustache every single day because you destroy the hair. It will literally frizz out and burn out, and it'll break, and then I won't have a mustache, and then nobody will like me anymore. So I will go like a week or two of doing my mustache. I think I take like a week or two off, just so that the hair doesn't fall out, or it doesn't get all burnt out. But it's literally big. Yeah, it's getting there. I had to trim it down. One side was growing faster than the other. It was crazy, man. Crazy. Prepping for the cosplay of Yosemite Sam. I just want the big hat. No, I'm supposed to go. I think a week from today. I'm supposed to go. I don't know. Listen, me and the law, I don't really abide by the laws of man typically, so it's completely up in the air if I even will show up to court. I don't know. I'm still thinking about it. I kind of like the idea of being on the lam from Las Vegas. It kind of gives you that gangster feel, like, he's wanted in Las Vegas. Yeah, a lot of people are wanted in Las Vegas. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll figure it out. I haven't decided. I haven't decided yet. I don't know. Maybe I'll go. Maybe I won't. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows with me? Who knows with me? Listen. Message Denny if you do, so he can give you this print we have from SDCC for Jimmy. Oh, well then, yeah. I feel like just because you have something for Jimmy, I probably should go then. Boy, just overcomplicating everything for me. Thanks. Thanks a lot for making my decisions for me. I don't know. I heard a rumor that you can actually just pay somebody to take care of it for you. So I was going to investigate that this weekend. It's like an extra $50. It's something stupid. Kind of like Ticket Clinic, but a Vegas virgin. They're none of those. A Vegas version. That they just go in there. It's like, I have these 300 cases. I'm going to plead them all down. I don't know. I'll figure it out tomorrow. I'm too focused on Wednesday to think about Friday. Man. Oh, so background. So so I'm thumbing through. I'm matching up because Doug had signed like 30 of the certs. So I have to match up the certs with the books that I wrote them for. So I'm like, I'm just going to put on something like, what is something that I've always wanted just to not pay attention to and listen to. And I was like, I should just do the Dark Side of the Ring. We've been talking a lot about wrestling, and those stories are all from the olden days. Let me just throw on like season 1 of the Dark Side of the Ring, and I'll just casually listen in the background. Now, as I'm like, all right, I've seen a bunch of the episodes, like the Bruiser Brody episode about his murder in Puerto Rico, and how the Puerto Rican government basically covered it up, or I should say the local government covered it up by like purposefully sending subpoenas out late and blah, blah, blah. And anyway, long story short, the guy who murdered him got off. Mrs. The Breaker, you should watch that one. Absolutely, completely San Juan, Puerto Rico, corrupt AF back in 1988 or whenever it was. And I was like, so I'm not going to watch that one. The Bruiser Brody story is awful, like truly awful. Like you just murdered for his piece of the pie. Yeah, it was. Got kidnapped and no one went to jail. Yeah, it's a thing. It's a thing. It is a thing. So I was like, well, which would I've watched an episode. I've already seen that one. I already saw the one about a fabulous moolah. I was like, what is it? Oh, Jimmy Snuka. I'm going to watch that one because I have actually met and hung out with Jimmy Snuka back in like 2006. And I was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure he murdered that girl. Let's watch this one in the background. And by the way, somewhere, I don't know if it's here or at my house, somewhere I have a personalized autographed photo from Jimmy Superfly Snuka. I think it's in my office. I think it's in my office. I think it's in my office next door. Met with him, talked with him. I was the videographer for an interview he did. Actually, I wasn't the videographer. I was the cameraman. I like to think I was the videographer. I was just the cameraman. And yeah, I got to talk to him. And one thing, two things that I remember about meeting Jimmy Superfly Snuka in 2006. One, how massive his hands were. I don't know if anybody ever measured his hands or if he has like handprints anywhere on the planet that people can reference. Listen, I have hung out with a lot of football players, a lot of baseball players, a lot of hockey players. I've hung out with giant human beings, and still to this day, even though he was not massive at the time that I met him, his hands were the largest hands I ever shook in my life. I just remember like I shook his hand and his fingers wrapped around my hand twice. It was just he had massive hands. And I asked him, I was like, hey, listen, I got to ask you one question. And it was not about murdering anybody. I was like, Madison Square Garden, was it predetermined that you were going to jump off the cage? Or did you just decide to do that on the spot? And his answer was, brother, Madison Square Garden, it's the lights, it's the people, you gotta do it. And I'm like, oh, okay. Like, of course, it was absolutely planned. Like, people went there to see him jump off the cage. They knew he was going to do it. But in very classic Jimmy Superfly Snuka speak, he was like, yeah, you gotta do it. Anyway, so I'm listening to that one behind me, and I'm just like, wow, this cop, the local police officer, and I don't think this is slander because this is an opinion. Boy, oh boy, do I believe that he absolutely was handed a shopping cart full of cash by Vince McMahon to make the entire investigation go away. Because the fact that Vince himself went down to do an interview with Jimmy and the police, and he had a briefcase with him, and then the very next day there was no more interviewing of anybody for this girl's murder. Yeah, Vince McMahon absolutely just paid this police force an absolute ton of money. And then they interview the chief of police there. And they're like, did you know that there was another person in the car when they said that that she slipped and fell? And he said that never happened. And the cop was like, I think somewhere maybe somebody said there was somebody else. And like, did you interview him? And he's like, no. It's like, wow. I want to know. He went in and said, that doesn't work for me, brother. I want to know how much money. This is now the question I want to ask. How much money did Vince McMahon pay the police officer, the investigator, to make it go away? What was the number to save the career of Jimmy Superfly Snuka and sweep away this girl's life back in 1983, I believe it was. So how much money can fit in a briefcase, right? But see, what I feel like I know about Vince McMahon is he's not going to give you the entire briefcase. He's going to bring an entire briefcase full of money, but you're not getting an entire briefcase full of money. Let's say a briefcase fits $100,000 in it. Now, I don't know if they do. I've never seen $100,000 in my life. Well, that's not true. I've never seen $100,000 in a briefcase in my life that wasn't behind bulletproof glass. Let's just say the house for one MSG show is $100 to $300K. Let's just say, to make math easy, we're going to say $100,000 fits in there. Just to make math simple. What I know about Vince McMahon, or I feel like I know from years of knowing the man in a strictly voyeur kind of way, as in that man's on television, let me read about the stuff that's written about him. What I know about him, this is my dynasty. This is my dynasty, or my fantasy league with Sir Baby, the Buffalo Bills influencer. And boy, a lot of people talking that one, so I'm going to have to mute this real quick. All right. There we go. He's going to walk in with a full suit. He's going to walk in with the full $100,000. What I know about Vince McMahon walks in with $100,000 and goes, all right, so I need this. I don't believe that this is a problem. I have 20,000 reasons that this isn't a problem. And then I expect the police officer to scoff at that and be like, me, my investigator, my deputy, that is insulting. And then it's like, well, those 20,000 reasons have 30,000 friends that think this isn't going to happen. And this Allentown, Pennsylvania sheriff who doesn't make $50,000 a year in 1983, he probably makes 30, finds this suitcase full of money in evidence and goes, oh, this is not supposed to be here. Let me check this money out of evidence and let's go on vacation. Because boy, when he accepted the Dark Side of the Ring interview, he was pretty sure he was just going to talk about the case. And to look at his face, now I have this thing where I'm pretty good at reading people. I can read emotions. I'm not like the Tim Roth Lie to Me show, which by the way was a pretty good show for a little while, and then I was like, all right, same thing over and over again. But anyway, I can look at somebody's face and go, I know exactly how you're feeling. I know what you're trying to hide. I know what you're. I stopped pursing through Tom King autographs to when I heard the guy ask the question, the interviewer asked the question, and I was like, I'm gonna rewind. I want to see his face when he answers this. So I rewind the thing on the computer, and the moment he goes, did you know there was another guy in the car? And he just stops. And he tries to, his eyes get wide, but he tries to stop his eyes from getting wide. And then he just kind of like does one of these with his head. And he's like, he's got to think of the lie. And it's like, that's why I don't lie. Because you got to do that. You got to go, what was the lie again? Yeah, no, it's just easier to tell the truth because then you got nothing to remember. If you tell the truth, you just tell the truth. And you don't have to remember anything because it's the truth. So he immediately is like, maybe. So suddenly, this chief of police lead investigator, who is sharp as a tack through his entire interview, and remembering all of these little minute details from the story, suddenly doesn't remember and has a very fuzzy memory. Now, I don't know about each and every one of you, but I can tell you one thing that causes very fuzzy memories that are not concussion related is money. Money can suddenly make you forget, like, oh, look at this bunch of money. I have all of this money in front of me. What was I supposed to do today? Oh, yeah, that's right. I was supposed to spend this money. That is exactly how that moment triggered in his brain. Because he's like, I don't know. Maybe somebody mentioned that. Did it ever occur to you to interview him? No, I mean, that was long ago. You Nort. We know exactly what happened. Vince McMahon handed you cash and you derelicted duty. Where's that guy's charge? Anyway, for those who don't know, Superfly was 30 years later, finally, grand jury found him needed to be charged. And he was dying of cancer, went to court. The judge is like, you're not mentally fit to stand trial. And then literally 10 days later, he dies. So, yeah, it's a crazy story. And it got me thinking, how many murderers have I met in my life? I met Jimmy Superfly Snuka, who absolutely killed that girl accidentally. I mean, accidentally on purpose. He pushed her, she hit her head. She died of a subdural hematoma. But, in a roundabout way, I'm trying to think, man, how many murderers have I met in my life? And then I remembered I was in the Navy. So, I mean, do you count the bodies from the bombings to the ship? Or does that go to the pilot that, is on the plane? Like, how do you reconcile the body count of bombing missions in the military? So then I was like, I mean, I powered the boats that sent the ships that dropped the bombs that killed the people. Does that count? I don't think that counts. That shouldn't count. Anyway, so yeah, that was what I did. So I spent about 2 hours listening to Dark Side of the Ring and about 25 minutes watching it. I did that one, and it was what was the other one that I listened to? I listened to which one I think I saw most of it already. The one about the fight, the brawl for all or whatever it was. Which I had watched that years ago because of how Jim Cornette talked about Vince Russo. I had seen that one because somebody's like, dude, you got to see how Jim Cornette responds to Russo. It's hilarious. So I remember watching that one a while ago. So I was like, that's a safe one to put on and listen to because you never get tired of the story. And then it bled into the other one. And I was like, oh, this is great. Corning making fun of Russo never gets old. I agree. Did they ever bury the hatchet? I read somewhere that, like, he got over it or something. No, they didn't? All right. Somebody, Jim Cornell buried the hatchet with somebody. Russo filed a restraining order, as he should. Cornette was going to kill him. I remember somebody was at odds with Jim Cornette, and they buried the hatchet. Because I remember him going on a thing and going, yeah, it's been long enough. So it wasn't Russo, but it was somebody else. I mean, Jim Cornell had a lot of enemies. A lot of people hated him for who he was. But I'm pretty sure was it him or maybe it wasn't him. Maybe it was the dude who was the producer of WCW. I don't remember now. Now, again, I'm a casual fan, so whatever. Yeah, so I didn't know much about Vince Russo. I never followed the behind the scenes of WWE. But after actually like listening to him talk without paying attention to him, that guy seems like an absolute scumbag. Like I don't know him from, Adam, but just to hear him talk, it's like, yeah, you probably should never have been put into a place of power. You're one of those people that like had a really good idea once, and then you probably should not have been allowed to make any more decisions after that. He said, we watched Jerry Springer in the background while we wrote episodes of Raw. Yeah, we could tell. We could tell. What does this say? Looks like a slow draft Friday the 4th. I guess that'll work. All right. Oh, I got a notification from CGC Cards that James's card is in grading and encapsulation and photography, which means I probably should have a grade emailed to me by Tuesday, Wednesday, the latest. And then it takes about 7 days for them to ship after that. So good possibility that by September 1st, Jimmy will have his card in hand. Only one of them, because I did one express. The other one is just normal. The other one is just received. They haven't even set a date for grading on that one. But the big one is being graded currently. CGC lost one of my condoms. They said once they locate it, they will expedite it. You know, I need to get a hold of Lee, because we have an entire CGC order from WonderCon that includes not just the books that had to be relabeled, but some JSA CGC books that it's been almost a year that I would just like to know what the grades are. I sent in my Marv Wolfman and George Perez signed book. Cornette sells signed copies of the restraining order once a year to raise money he donates to children's charities, like $5 or $10 a copy. I would have one of those just because of the funny factor. Even though I'm a casual fan, it's just funny, and I would own it just to have it as a gag. Good. Well, listen, man, I dig it. I didn't. What else? Who? Macho Man. That was the other one that was playing in the background. The match made in heaven. I didn't realize that Macho Man was a huge fan and supporter of Special Olympics. Like, that was his big thing, that he would donate and raise like hundreds of thousands of dollars for Special Olympics. No clue. No clue. That seemed to not get to my ears throughout my life until today. So, That's good. Anytime you're raising money for kids, that's really freaking important. As long as the charities are good charities, that is, and not taking 90 cents of the dollar. What up, BK? Yeah, I know a lot of bad wrestling stories do spread much faster than the good ones. It's sad but true. We had JSA look at the helmet. Oh, that sucks, man. I'm sorry. That's cool, dude. The WHAS Crusade for Children. That's good. So BK, which specific signatures did they check? Out of sheer curiosity. And did they say it was AutoPen? Oh, you have to wait for the letter. Okay. So the signatures are dang good. My concern is AutoPen because they were too good. They made you pay for all of them. That sucks. Checked it right at the show. When they gave it back, they said it wasn't going to pass. They would send a letter. That leads me to believe AutoPen. Yeah, no, absolutely. Some of them were a little too perfect. Yeah, right. The conscience. Yeah. Does that company that sent the certificate of authenticity still exist? If we do smash it, I'm not going to say no. Say why we are. And we are going to put the video on YouTube and make people sweat it a bit before we explain. That's awesome. Was in Vegas for 30 years or so. Interesting. There are pictures of Pete Rose. Oh, Pete Rose would literally sign anything for anybody for $5. I have a baseball that I gave my father for his retirement that Pete Rose signed. I'm sorry I bet on baseball. So you can literally get him to, when he was alive, get him to sign anything. I said baseball outside yesterday. I said a baseball down outside. And it's now signed by Pete Rose and Bobby All. Wasn't DiMaggio the same way? Don't Don't leave anything in front of DiMaggio. He'll sign it. And he'll also tell you why he's the greatest baseball player to ever live. I'm gonna go BS. if they sign anything, I'm running. Zombie Pete Rose. So they say, zombies are they go through and they do the same routines that they did when they were alive. But zombie Pete Rose is walking around like his finger signing in like gore his name everywhere he goes. He's completely harmless. He's just too busy signing stuff and walking around. Can't talk about ghosts in here. Denny will get scared. Well, if you look at the number of human beings that died in the world compared to the size of the world and the number of human beings there are now, what do they say? There's like 30,000 times the amount of dead than there are the living. So it would be dense shoulder to shoulder ghosts piled 45 meters high, stacked one on top of each other. If there were ghosts, it would be so dense that we could be walking around ghosts now, but because it's so dense, it's just air to us, because that's how many ghosts there would be. So the whole theory of ghosts is just completely ridiculous based on the sheer number of ghosts there would be. Yeah, on that spaceship to provide their thetans. Drive a Tesla through the cemetery? Yeah. I hate to tell you folks, ghosts aren't real. Yeah, it's not a thing. It's not real. It's not real. There's numerous reasons why it's not real. But I digress. We won't get into that. It's too late in the show to get into that. Oh, man.
Go ahead, have a drink, Lyle.
A little bottle of water.
A little bottle of water. A little bottle of water.
Thanks, Carlos. I needed that. Oddly enough, I was actually unscrewing the cap while you did that. It's funny how the timing is correct. What is... Something was happening this... Is it this weekend or next weekend? Man, I really do need to take more notes. If only other things could be unscrewed. Yeah. That's true. I don't remember what it was. That's it. I don't remember. I don't remember. Does anybody want anything before we leave? I want you to have a great night. I wish you'd have $1 million, Blind Cat. And all I'd ask of you is a nice steak dinner. That's it. That's what I tell everybody. I hope you just get a boatload of money, and I don't want to be one of those people like, hey man, I have a car, and just give me a steak dinner. That's all I want. Nice steak dinner. Me too. I'd also buy out Carlos's break. Deadpool cards are not coming. No Twitch on Wednesdays now. No, Twitch, Wednesday is going to be Whatnot. Whatnot Wednesdays. And we'll see how long that lasts. Want to see something cool? I always want to see something cool. Wow, nobody is streaming right now. Really? Well, that's unfortunate. Well, folks, it looks like nobody's streaming on our friends list. So I guess we're just going to call it a night. Boy, what an awful, awful night. Oh, that's super cool. Yeah, man, the ink and negative spaces is that's your bread and butter, man. Those are your goods. Yeah, I'm even looking in like the art section and there's like nobody really doing anything great. I mean, they're doing the best they can and I applaud their work. And they're definitely better at me than art, but this is nothing I'd want to take you guys to. I'm literally like 6 or 7 scrolls down and there's nothing. Scheisse. Alright. I guess that's it. All right, folks. Well, you can say a lot of things. And one of those things it was a week. Next week should be an absolute dumpster fire of a show. Wednesday is, I just envision this being terrible, awful, no good, very bad day. I am very rarely ever walking into something new going, oh, this is going to be terrible. I'm pretty sure this is going to be awful. So I invite you to create a Whatnot account, tune in. Dumpster fires are my favorite, right? Here's Sappouros with an old vote of confidence. Yeah, thank you, Sappouros. I appreciate that. I have no faith in it. So I highly recommend signing up for an account is free. You don't even have to, if you don't have an account, use DCD's referral link. Okay. I don't know, whatever that is. I don't know how to do that. Do that. Somebody do it. Get rewards. Okay. I don't know. Somebody take the rewards and do it. You guys go for it. Maybe I'll post it. I don't know. I'll look on Discord after the show. Maybe I'll try to figure that out. You're overcomplicating my life. I invite you to watch the ridiculousness that is going to be Wednesday. It should just, I probably will start drinking early on Wednesday. It'll be fun. I love all of you. You guys are cute as a button. I love you all. Take care of yourselves and each other so that we can just, is Whatnot family friendly? No, it's not. It's not family friendly. There's nothing I can do to stop it from being not family friendly. I can't. I've banned as many words as I can think of, but I spent 20 minutes writing Yes, Mrs. the Breaker, it is a degenerate channel. It is a degenerate channel. Like, that's what Whatnot is. It is degenerate spending. There is no, you don't get a choice, Mrs. the Breaker. It's a bunch of people acting like ridiculous. So they're not pleasant. That's why I'm really not super stoked about it. But anyway, I've done a lot. I've tried to, I spent a long time trying to write as many swear words into the ban list and innuendo things. I appreciate it, Sapphoros. I've nominated myself as mod. I'm gonna be logged in on my phone. I'm not expecting a lot of traffic the first day. If it gets out of hand on the fly, I can give you mod status. So we'll see how it goes. But I don't. You have to add mods every stream. That just goes to show you how awesome the channel is. It's Whatnot, folks. It is what it is. Anyway, I love you all. Take care. Actually, Kate, I believe if you do you can set the show to be reoccurring. And when I was setting up the mods, it actually under the user settings for your overall channel, you just, without a scheduled show, it allows you to select mods for your channel. So I will double check to make sure about what I'm saying. I'm pretty sure it was outside of the show that I got to select mods. Anyway, as soon as I finish saying goodbye to you, I'll double check to see where I found that. Anyway, I love you. Take care. Be safe. Just get some beverages for Wednesday, some snacks. It'll be a show. I love you all. Good night.